Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Alrighty, this is a Shooting Up North podcast news update. Here is the latest update on the New Japan Pro Wrestling status of superstar Kota Ibushi. So I'm getting this from Cultaholic.com. Kota Ibushi has been away from New Japan Pro Wrestling since he suffered a serious shoulder injury in the final of G1 Climax 31, but the Golden Star has issues with the promotion's management, and he lambasted New Japan Pro Wrestling last week on Twitter, mentioning everything from alleged Yakuza involvement to New Japan Pro Wrestling trying to rush him back from injury. It appeared that Kota Ibushi would be fired from New Japan Pro Wrestling following his tweets, but the latest update is the former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion is still with New Japan Pro Wrestling. They have not fired him. He's still a New Japan Pro Wrestling talent. Says Ibushi may even Ibushi may even end up remaining with the company. As Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer Radio, that New Japan don't want to lose the 39-year-old superstar. And I don't blame them. Okay, I'm off the article for a second. I don't blame them for wanting to lose Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi is one of the best wrestlers in the world today, if not the best wrestler. He's coming back from injury. He's had a issues, and he let his issues known with New Japan Pro Wrestling on Twitter. But New Japan, they don't want to let him go. Now, one, he doesn't want to leave Japan. I've read that he doesn't want to leave Japan. If they do let him go, Pro Wrestling Noah will scoop him up in like 32 seconds. 32 seconds, they will scoop him up. You might say All Japan Pro Wrestling might make a play, but Pro Wrestling Noah is a hot promotion right now. And if Kota Ibushi ever became available, uh, Pro Wrestling Noah would scoop him up immediately. Again, people are saying, "Oh, AEW, he's going to go to AEW and reunite with Kenny Omega," but I'm reading he does not want to go to. He doesn't want to leave Japan. He wants to stay with Japan. But back to the article, it says he's still with New Japan. It's a weird thing. He hasn't been fired. There's a lot of unhappiness with him. They don't want to lose him, but it's a really tough situation. Bushi Road isn't happy because his statements have hurt their stock price a little bit, which is a real negative. And he's also lashed out hard at Takami Obare, Meltzer has said. So Meltzer also noted the decision on Bushi's future will ultimately come down to Bushi Road president Takaki Kindani. So we'll see. It says the Golden Star has been one of the New Japan Pro Wrestling top stars in recent years, and he was the inaugural IWGP World Heavyweight Champion after he unified the IWGP Heavyweight and IWGP Intercontinental titles. So again, New Japan Pro Wrestling in a tight spot here. Kota Ibushi really as it says here, lambasting them on Twitter. He's unhappy with a number of things with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's letting his feelings be known. uh New Japan Pro Wrestling not happy about that, but again, tough situation. They don't want to let Kota Ibushi go because again, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world today, and if they do let him go, again, doesn't want to leave Japan. I That's what I've been reading. Never say never coming to the States and wrestling because he's with the WWE, and WWE had signed him. He was part of the cruiserweight that cruiserweight. I forgot there's a cruiserweight tournament that they had a couple years back, and they wanted to sign him, but he didn't want to. He decided not to sign with them and return to Japan. I know he wants to stay in Japan, from what I understand. So if they do let him go, I'm saying Pro Wrestling Noah is going to scoop him up immediately. Immediately. So there you have it. That's the latest update on Kota Ibushi and his status with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm watching the news. Anything else breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.